Even during these bad economic times for both the stock market, crypto, the economy in general, I've been able to be profitable, to remain in the green during this market meltdown. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. This is not going to be a full-on tutorial. This is just going to be the introduction to the tutorial. The tutorial is going to be on the next video, but I'm going to show you what platforms I'm using. In the next video, we're going to go through more technical things. We're going to understand how these derivatives that I'm going to show you, how do they work. But in this video, I'm going to show you the platforms itself, so you can start to getting familiar with the platforms itself. And stay tuned for the next video where we're going to do a full-on tutorial on how can you go from zero to at least understanding and start to earn money with these protocols. So of course, you might be familiar with leveraging, with shorting the market and all that dangerous stuff. But a while ago, we started to develop other derivatives. Right in November or December, I've covered for the first time crypto options here in this channel, and it was very limited. It was right in the beginning. There wasn't a lot of good protocols, and the protocols that we're doing this in a very basic and simple way. So I'm going to show you how I started making money with crypto options here in DeFi. All of these are DeFi protocols. Some exchanges do offer the possibility for you to mess with derivatives, like Binance for non-US citizens. You can use crypto options on Binance and then probably other centralized exchanges as well. But we're going to be talking just about DeFi. I'm going to show you the first one that I actually started using, the first one that I actually deposited money here and started getting some passive income. And the first one actually is Theta Nuts. I've already covered Theta Nuts here. It was in that first video that I talked about. I did a live stream, which unfortunately it was for Sleep Money Club's members only. If you're not a member and you want to join, we have a ton of content there. We have chats, we have tabs for whatever topics in DeFi. We have yield farming, NFTs, now options, real estate, blue chips, moonshots, stuff like that. So make sure to check it out. It's going to be the first link in the description. But now going back to this is the first platform that I used. You can see now it is way different than it was before. Before it was very crude. Now it is a little bit better. I still think there's a ton of things they can do to make it better. But if you are also on their Discord, you know they're doing a fantastic job answering everyone, teaching everyone, and actually making the protocol itself better. So right here, when you just come in, you're just gonna see these numbers right here. Your mind is gonna be focusing on these numbers. You shouldn't be focusing on these numbers at all. You should pick the tokens that you follow closely, the tokens that you know a little bit about, instead of just going for the highest APY it can get. For example, I do follow Matic, I do follow Phantom, but I have no idea on NEAR. I can even tell you what is the price of NEAR right now without having to look. So for example, we can take a look at Matic right here, and the projected APY, so it might or might not deliver this, it's at 65%. But why is it may or may not be 65%? Because these are weekly options. So you're gonna sell these options weekly, and if each and every week these options go in your favor when you sell them, so you sell them and then they go to zero, then you get to keep the profits and maybe reinvest them the next week, and that should bring you at around 65% APY. So how does that work? You don't get to choose the strike with Theta Nuts. So right here, the only thing you can do, you can just deposit the USDC. Pretty much it. You can see what is the strike. You can see what is the strike that they're going for, which is 51 cents. Matic right now is at 92 cents. So if you believe that Matic by 2 weeks from now is still going to be above 51, then you get in. And if you get in and you're right, the amount that you have at the end will be higher than the amount that you deposited. It is pretty straightforward looking like this, but options actually have a whole ton of metrics and things behind them. But the protocol itself, the developers, the team behind it, they're selling the options for you. They're choosing the options for you for the best probability of it going in your favor. So they do want you to win, because if you keep losing, why would you invest in this protocol? So they choose safe strikes for you. They choose the whole thing. They set it up for you for it to be profitable. So this, as much as it is easy for you to understand, you can make a whole lot more than 65% per year. And if you're already used to options like derivatives for the stock market, you know that you can make around 2.5–3% per month by selling covered calls or by selling cash covered puts. But this is DeFi. This is brand new, so there's a lot of opportunities for you to make even more. Right now, I'm making around 3% per week. Of course, it is not using Theta Nuts. I started with Theta Nuts right in January, maybe even before, maybe even December, but it has been months that I've been using Theta Nuts. But I'm going to show you what platform, what I'm using today that is making me around 3% per week, and how you can use it as well. But how you can use it and how you can understand how to choose the correct strike, all these other informations is going to be for the next video. After I started using Theta Nuts, other protocols came to life, and one in specific became my go-to after Theta Nuts, which is called Friction. I already showed that to you as well here. Friction is on Solana, so you need to have the Phantom wallet or any of these other wallets that they do have. I personally use the Phantom wallet. It is really good, but here it is way better designed. The UI is fantastic, and they have something different from Theta Nuts. They have call options, they have put options, and they also have a crab strategy. So a crab strategy is a perpetual where you are both long and short, which gives you that range. So if Bitcoin, for example, stays inside that range, you're gonna be profiting as long as it is inside that range. Now, let me show you what it has that I really enjoy. For example, if we go right here to Solana High, it gives you an APY at around 41.8%. So you might be thinking that that is less than Theta Nuts, but right here it has so much more information than Theta Nuts that this right here keeps my mind at peace, keeps my heart at peace, just because right here you can see the performance since the beginning, which was around February, and you can see right now it has a total cumulative pool of 9, almost 10%. Of course, you can see that from March it fell down. So from March it was already 2%, and then it went down all the way to negative 37. But you can see that after that they started picking right strikes, and they never failed since. So this works in the same manner. You just deposit your Solana right here, and they're gonna choose the strike for you. You can see what is the current strike. The current strike is at $46 for Solana, and it's gonna expire July 21st, so this week still. And you can see so far it has collected an 86% weekly premium, and you can see it has been collecting premiums since that only month where it lost money. You can see it has been going in the green since then. We can go to page 2 and see that it was going down only once, but other than that you're still collecting your premiums right here each and every week. So this is why I used Friction a whole lot more than Theta Nuts. Then Theta Nuts came with something called the Stronghold, and then I started splitting my money between Friction and the Stronghold. Now let me show you what the Stronghold actually is. It is the same thing as Theta Nuts, but it does not only focus on one specific pool, where for example we saw there was a Matic one, there was a Phantom pool. No, this one, if you click right here, you can see that they are selling a bunch of puts for you. So they're selling Bitcoin puts, they're selling Ethereum puts, AVAX puts, BNB puts, Solana puts, and Matic puts. And you can see the weight and you can see the APY for every one of these. And you don't have to do that manually. You just deposit here your USDC, and they're gonna give you this index USDC, and the index USDC is gonna go up in value for each time your option expires worthless, so it expires in your favor. And then you can get this index USDC and convert it back to USDC. But again, you don't get to choose strikes right here. So I started doing the put selling, and then I moved on to Ethereum selling. And Theta Nuts is multi-chain, so you can do that from Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, AVAX, and Phantom. So it is up to you from which chain you are depositing this USDC from, or Ethereum in my case. So even if USDC has a higher APY, I moved on to Ethereum, and this is when I found out about another protocol that is currently my go-to protocol. I enjoy this one a lot. This is the one that is actually making me around 3% per week, which is Lyra, or Lyra, I think is Lyra Finance. So on Lyra Finance, so far we can only trade Ethereum. So this is already something that it loses to Katana, it loses to Friction, it loses to Theta Nuts, and these other protocols, because there you can choose which asset to use for your crypto options. Here you only have Ethereum, but I do like Ethereum. I do have some Ethereum, so I started using it. And this one is very similar to Robinhood, the stock brokerage on the United States. You should be familiar with how these options look right here. So I have an example for you right here. I shorted on this account. I sold a put on Ethereum. and when he sold it, Ethereum was at 1,100, maybe 1,150, something like that. And now Ethereum is all the way at 1,500. So it went in my favor. It expired. It is about to expire worthless this week. And I deposit some collateral, which is SUSD, and I sold this option and I got a premium right away. And you can see I deposited $45 and got 68 cents in premium. Now you might be thinking, well, this is really bad. This is a really low number. No, this is not actually low, because I sold a very safe strike for me, a $900 put. So actually my break even was even lower than 900. It was 800 something. So it was really hard for Ethereum to reach that price. And even though it was way out of the money, it still gave me 1.15% during that week. So you can see that it's going to expire this week. I bought it Thursday last week because I was doing another tutorial. I was testing it out, and you can see that in less than 10 days, I made 1.15%, and this was playing very safe. Now, if we go to trade today is a Tuesday for me. So this is going to expire on Friday. And you can see that we have a couple of strikes right here. These strikes right here are too far. So there's not really enough liquidity for the protocol to open these right here. So they just provide these closer calls right here. Right now Ethereum is at 1,500, and we can sell these puts right here. Scroll down, you can see we can sell all the way to 1,800 strike, but they will make that in the money. We want to sell something out of the money. Now I'm going to explain these in the next video, but right here we can look at the Greeks. We haven't been able to look at Greeks yet here in DeFi. There was no Greeks in DeFi for crypto options, and Lyra has done an amazing job providing you with multiple strikes, so you can choose how safe or how aggressive you want to play with. But for example, if we go to this one right here, you can see it has a delta of 0.33. If you already sold some options, you know that a delta between 0.2 and 0.3 is perfect. So I personally would go for this one. And you can see the Theta is huge. So the Theta is going to eat up this premium right here by $10 per day. So since we are very close to the expiration date, which is 22nd, today is the 19th, we can even risk going further. And right now, the next strike has a delta of 58, which is really aggressive, but the break even for you is 1560. So it is still under our Ethereum price right now. So let's see hypothetically how much would we get from selling this put right here. So you can use USD as collateral because it is a cash covered put, hence why you need the cash part. You need to have SUSD, and right here I'm gonna put around $100. So okay, so 0.06 will be around $100 collateral. So this is how much I will need to leave in collateral right here for this option. So once I deposit this collateral, I will receive in premium right now $5. So I will get $5 by selling this put right now. So what is the yield on that? By selling this on a Tuesday, so 3 days from expiration date, if it goes in my favor, I'm gonna get $5, which means around 5.19% yield on these $96. And here we have a profit and loss chart. So if it closes under 1516, then I'm gonna start losing some of this collateral right here. So if it closes at 1461, I'm gonna lose $3.50, a little bit. So if it goes all the way to 1344, I'm gonna lose $10 from this capital right here. So you can see how aggressive or how safe you want to go with. Let's say instead of going this aggressive, we go with that 33 delta. So we do the same thing. We deposit 0.05, maybe 0.6. Okay, 0.6, $90. For that $90, I get $1.92 back. So this has a break even of 1467. It has a really good delta and is still paying me 3 days from expiration 2.13% in yield. So if you do this weekly, you get that 3% weekly every week, and you compound that, you can make this a really good place for your passive income, which is what I've been doing for the last month, a little bit over a month now. In the next video, I'm going to show you why I am choosing to sell puts instead of selling calls, but this has been my strategy so far. So let's say we are doing that 2.15% per week. You want to play it safe. You don't want to go over a 40.4 delta. You just want to wait. But let's say that each month you deposit $250 here just to play with, just to have some money here and getting that yield on that money. So each month you're going to deposit $250. You're going to start with $250 and you're going to get that 2.15% weekly. So let me show right here this calculator. You should be familiar with that if you have already been in this channel for a while. We have a 2% weekly and we deposit $250 per month, and we're gonna be compounding that for 5 years, and we're gonna be compounding that weekly. So each and every week you're gonna be compounding everything that you get from depositing each and every month. So how much would that give us by the end of everything? Almost $1 million after 5 years. You can see that by having that 2% weekly, we go over 200% APY. Now, tell me, do you have any stablecoin projects? Do you have any other project that is 200% almost riskless? I'm not gonna be like Mark Cuban saying this is the safest crypto has to offer.
I'm not trying here to say it's 100% risk-free, but it's as close to risk-free as you're going to get in the crypto universe.
But if you do your math right, if you know your Greeks, if you know the asset, if you follow the economy, follow the token, you have really, really big chances of getting this yield every week. When I started really safe at around 1.5 to 2%, and then I moved on to the closest to a strike closer to the money, and then now I'm getting around 3% per week. Of course, it is around 2.7, sometimes it is 3.4. It depends on the time of the day where I'm selling these puts. You can see how beautiful this is, the exponential curve for the compounding interest. You can see that the green one is your deposits. At one point, you don't even need to deposit anymore. You can just reinvest the money that you're making, because if we go back to the table, by the end of the first year you're gonna have almost $6,000, and you're gonna be making $570 per month by selling these crypto options. By year 2 you're gonna have $23,000, and you're gonna be making $2,000 in passive income. And you might say this is not passive income, but yes, it is passive income, because you spend probably around 15 minutes of your day to set up these options right here. You already know the Greek. If you already know the Greeks, if you already know the market, you're keeping up with the market, it is pretty simple for you to spend 15 minutes looking at the strikes, looking at a chart, doing some technical analysis. But if you have the knowledge, you shouldn't be spending more than 15 minutes to set everything up, deposit your collateral, and sell that option, which is what I've been doing. But now if you want to learn how to do this like I am doing this, I'm not going to sell you a course, I'm not going to sell you anything. But stay tuned for the next video, for a video maybe next week, where I'm going to show you hands-on how to understand Greeks. How do Greeks work, if they work differently for crypto options than they do for stock options. I'm going to show you the difference in derivatives. But if you want to get more in-depth, I'd advise you to join the Sleep Money Club. There we have big brains here. We have the Decade Investor. We have one of our professors called Stephen Welty, and these guys, they know a ton about normal options, stock market options, and there's a ton of other people there who also know about options, me included, and we can help you out. We have daily chats, daily talks here in Discord, so make sure to check it out. Again, you can find the link down in the description below. But this is going to be it for today's video. I'm just giving you a little taste of what is coming for next week. And if you are already using any of these protocols, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below so we can discuss, we can talk about how things have been going for you here on either of these protocols. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you can take just a tiny second to scroll down a little bit and like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for the video. It helps me out a lot, and it keeps you informed on whenever there's a new video coming out here in this channel. So again, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.